Welcome, beautiful star family. Today is one of those fun bonus readings. I was just doing my own thing today, and I just felt this really strong pull to do a yes or no reading, which is not something I normally do. But when it gets pulled into my orbit, I listen, I pay attention. So I'm going to bring some candles in here. Scooch some candles in here. So, it's a little impromptu. If you already, if you're chomping at the bit, go down to the description box and look in the timestamps for the piles. This is a little unorthodox because I haven't pulled any cards first. There's nothing for you to choose from visually there, but there will be some type of emoji or number or something in the pile. I have no idea what it'll be yet, but you've seen it already. Or you will see it when you go down to the description box. But if you are here, maybe you have a few questions. So you, I don't know if there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no idea. I don't know if it'll just be one card per question or more than one card. So anyway, just think about a question that's been coming up for you, a yes or no question. Also, Spirit is saying to be mindful not to buy into the, oh, I want this to be yes. So I'm going to keep going to the pile till I get the answer I want. Now, you may go to a pile and that's not the right one. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. But when in terms of, sometimes we don't want to hear the answer. Sometimes we don't want to know. Even though we know what the answer is, we absolutely positively know what the answer is, but we are avoiding it, right? And this is our powerful ancestor witch in the background. We've got kind of like, it's almost like we have she's like in the maiden / mother energy. And then this is the crone energy. This feels like the crone energy to me. So we definitely have some witches that are here with us today. We are using the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck that was donated by a tribe member. Thank you, Anna. So yeah, they're saying, this is the real deal. It's like that last reading, that last pick a power reading that we did for the 3rd quarter moon, where the Hegdewitches came in, with the no bullshit, like they had shit to say, like they were not messing around. This is kind of the same thing. It's for some of you guys, you need to hear the truth. Okay. And you may have more than one question, and that is absolutely positively okay. All right. And maybe, and maybe you'll get the same, answer for this, for the same question. Who knows? We'll just see what happens. Okay, so pile number 1, Spirit, pile number 1, yes or no? Yes or no? Pile number 1, yes or no? What's pile number 1's card? Is there anything else? Pile number 1, pile number 1, pile number 1. Ooh, feather. Think first before you judge. Okay, so here we go. This is like that old game, light as a feather, stiff as a board. This is a very provocative answer. Hold on one second. Okay, I just wanted to make sure there is a book that comes with this, and it's really lovely. And so I realized I neglected to ask Spirit that, so I just wanted to pause for a second and check in with Spirit. So listen, this is a yes, okay? This is a yes, whatever your question is, it's a yes. Also, I'm hearing that think first before, I heard yes right away, but then I heard something about the book, so I just want to make sure. Think first before you judge. So this is a yes, but it's also, I feel like the uncertainty is coming from judgment. Like maybe it's something you've never done before. Maybe it's something that's a little outside your comfort zone or outside your wheelhouse, right? Do you want to come over here? I wasn't sure where the card was going to want to go. Oh, good. I'm glad. And look at that. They took off the think, and look at the feather. So it says feather before you judge. Ooh, and a bird just flew by. That's interesting. Like really fast. It went by so fast I couldn't tell you what it was because it was in my I feel like I want to look at this card a little bit more, though. And look at this sparkle. Look at this sparkle over here. So you guys are really magical. I'm not really getting anything from this except for what I've said already. Just the only thing I'm getting from the feather is like to be really gentle with this situation, whatever it is, like whatever the yes is, to be very, very gentle. You need to be very, very gentle. And I heard the word diplomatic. Okay, raindrops. Let's come back a little bit. Raindrops. Take a chance on them. So maybe, I mean, the fact that it has, both cards are showing women. So it feels like a very strong feminine divine energy. So no matter who you are, I feel like there's a feminine energy coming through. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that? Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but right here, right there is a little spider. Now, I have no, I mean, I just put this candle there. You guys saw that. I've been doing this for a little over 6 minutes. And I just noticed it because I'm like, what is it? I'm like, oh my God, it's a baby spider. And I'm like, how did they get there so fast? So spider is clearly your spirit animal. And not only that, but spiders are web weavers. They're the connectors. They're the one that bring people together. So the fact that you have, I didn't even notice it until there was a reflection of it on the card. And also, do you see how this person is in this card? I don't use the flash a lot, sorry, but I just wanted to use the flash today because these cards are so pretty. But see how it says raindrops, take a chance on them? Look at the way they're looking up to you. I feel like you're like this carefree fairy, and they're a fairy too, and they look up to you. Like they really, really like, they want to be a part of your tribe. They want to be your friend. They want to be a part of your group. And Spirit's saying, take a chance on them. You might surprise yourself. You know, I'm hearing you need new friends, new community, and people that you can trust. Because the other thing I get from feather is, you know, light as a feather, stiff as a board. It's like, you never did that game unless you knew somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want anybody dropping you. You had to make sure you trusted those. That's with your best friends, right? You played that game. I don't know if kids still do that now, but we did that. The levitation, and it's really cool. So I'm hearing, yes, like do magical practices, make potions together, you know, maybe ask your local crystal shop or some metaphysical shop like that. Ask them if you can host a class, you know, whether it's Reiki or crystal healing of some kind, if you're that kind of healer. Or I'm also hearing you know, just like a coffee clutch, like bringing other light workers together and saying, hey, I'm looking for a new tribe, a new coven, or whatever word feels good for you, a new community. You know, I'm looking for like-minded people. I'm feeling alone out in my world because I'm getting the vibe that you guys have had a really tough time making friends, or you have friends, but they're like not the real deal. So you're afraid. I don't like to use fear-based words, but this is the energy I'm getting from this pile, is that you're afraid that you will be judged, like that you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough, that you're not as powerful as these other witches. And they're like, yeah, you are. I mean, the fact that these, you know, this deck came in today, and this deck for me feels very fairy-like, very witch-like, you know, light worker, healer, you know, whatever terminology that you align with. But also the judge thing, it's not about judgment, it's about intuition. Use your intuition. If you feel like there's somebody who's not on the up and up, you know what I mean? It's like, you can tell your sparkly people. I just noticed that they had me put more glitter out today. Lots of fairy glitter lately for spring. It's like the fairies are coming to life. So this is the time where a lot of people like yourself are coming out of hibernation, right? Like we've been, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we've been in this, you know, very heavy winter energy. Everybody's winters were different. But just, you know, winter itself can be kind of a tough time, you know, when we're stuck inside. But it's also a time of rebirth. Do you see the skeleton here? That's about life, death, and rebirth. And I also want to bring up the cauldron up here, because the cauldron made me think of coven. But yeah, so look up spider spirit animal, spider spirit medicine. You just go into any search engine that you like and you put in, you know, spider spirit animal, and then whichever one draws to you. And let me tell you something. I used to I mean, you don't even know. If I even saw a spider in the room, I could not go back in there unless I saw proof that it was dead. I mean, I used to be like that. And over the years, I have fallen in love with spiders because I realize like just how wonderful they are and what they bring to the table. And I mean the fact that there's like a teeny tiny baby spider right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if I can try and get my, I don't know if my camera's not super fancy, but can you guys see it? Do you see it? Okay, I'm going to try and, like, yeah. It's right there. See it moving? I mean, come on, you guys. I just put that. You saw me move it. If you watched this from the beginning, you saw me move that. It's like, that's how powerful they are. And that's you. That's how quick you can bring this together. So that's on that note. Let's see if there are any more messages to go with this yes question, because I just heard there's more to this. So maybe that part didn't resonate with you and you just needed the yes, or it could be, let's see. We just pulled this one. The garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Something lovely will grow from this. Number 15. Actually, I forgot to point out too that we have number 26, 39, and 15. 26 is also the number 8, 39 is the number 12, and 15 is the number 6. So if that means anything to anybody. I'm also seeing this card reminds me, even though I know it has a spring energy, it kind of reminds me of fall. The colors are a little muted. It reminds me of fall. So it could just be, look at in their hands. They have this, you know, little rose there. So maybe in the spring, I'm getting like this is the time to plant the seeds for your new community, your new friendship. A new job. And also, swords represent communication and cutting through the bullshit, speaking your truth, being who you are. She also has a little bindi and over her third eye, right? So, you know, strengthening your gifts. Maybe you feel like you need to strengthen your gifts. I don't believe you do. Spirit is telling me that you're free and clear. Look at how calm she is. She's not questioning who she is. And she's got that nice little medallion around her neck too, right? Like showing her, like, you know, just another proof that 1, she's magical, and 2, she's divinely protected. Something lovely will grow from this. So if you start planting these seeds in the spring, then by the fall, it's like, you know, let's just say like right now you feel like you have no friends, no family, no, you know, maybe you've decided to, oh, by the way, Spirit set up this beautiful thing today, but do you see how pretty everything is? Like how it's all coming together. I don't know what cards we're going to pull. That's the fun part. But yeah, I mean, they're just showing you that the seeds that you plant now will, you know, really, really bloom, even though, you know, it's the spring. It's like they're going to bloom throughout the spring and the summer, and come fall, it's like you're going to just have a plethora. See how she has like a garden around her? You're just going to have a plethora of friends. And they're saying for some of you, maybe you just need one. Maybe you're more of a solo person and you just are looking for one person. Maybe it's a lover, you know, because it's a representation of 2 feminine divine energies. It could be that, you know, maybe your companion is a woman, whether you're a man or a woman watching this identified. You know, it could be that you're looking for, you know, female friends or a female lover. Maybe you're wanting to look up to somebody else. Maybe you're wanting to walk with, you know, another healer. I'm just hearing yes to your question, and then I'm just expounding on everything else. Okay, and then we have Tower. Unplug and relax for a spell. So for some of you, whatever your yes question was, yes, it's time to relax and unplug for a spell. It's also the number 3, which we had in that other card. The 39 also comes down to a 3. You know, maybe for some of you, it's time to have some alone time. And Tower in the tarot card is about new beginnings. It's about tearing down the old so that you can start brand new. And maybe that's what you need. And new relationships, you know, a new scenery, something different. Any more clarifiers for pile number 1 on their yes question? Okay. We have protest. Start a revolution. Yes. I mean, look at all these community cards. Maybe that's where you'll find your people. Maybe you're someone who's super spiritual. Number 28, which is also 10, which is 1, new beginnings, endings, and new beginnings. And, you know, just because you're spiritual doesn't mean you're not going to start a revolution. I mean, look at Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. Look at Jesus. They made a Bible out of him. You know what I mean? They saw how much power he had. They hated him, wanted to kill him, but then they made him a religion, right? Because they realized that you can only fool some people some of the time. And then, you know, so if you're there to wake people up, start a bloody revolution, get out there, you know, march with the best of them. If that feels if you're like, should I quit my job and like start a grassroots, you know, campaign? Look at that. They were just showing me. They're like, yes, do it. Do it. You can do anything. You can do anything. And I keep hearing this song, you can reach me by airplane. Or that song, you know what I mean? I don't care how you get there. Get there if you can. Don't worry about the mountains and the hills or how you're going to get there or when it's going to happen. Take the first step. Right now, you need to relax, you know, calm down, settle in. I know spring just started or fall just started in the southern hemisphere, right? But at the same time, it's like, you know, especially if you're spring and you're like, oh, and the Aries energy feels good. We are still when I am doing this right now, we are still in the Pisces moon. We still have quite a few days before the new moon in Aries. So even though we've shifted from Pisces to Aries, this is the transitional period, you know. We've passed the third quarter moon. We're going into the waning crescent. So I'll be doing a reading for that in a few days. But we're in the rest and restore phase. So if you found yourself here right now in real time, it doesn't matter when you watch this. But in, you know, same thing, rest. But that would make sense, right? Moon cycles can be very... the Pisces moon cycle was heavy. And, you know, the new moon in Aries is going to kickstart something new. So give it time. It's not a light switch moment with, you know... winter and spring and summer and fall, right? We need that transitional time. So give yourself some time. You'll get there. You'll get there. They just want to let you know that, yes, and you will get there. Okay, those are all the messages I have for you today, beautiful souls. All of my information is in the description box below, and I will see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Spirit, pile number 2 has a question. Do we have a yes or a no? A yes or a no? Yes or a no question for pile number 2. What is their answer? What is their answer, Spirit? Pile number 2. Let me connect with your energy. Pile number 2. Ooh, okay. Ooh, interesting. Tower. Unplug and relax for a spell. That would be a no. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do. And I'm hearing for some of you, no, just not now. Okay? Not now. Right now, you need to unplug and relax. Have some tea. Maybe have some, you know, crystal healing, some Reiki, yoga. Watch a movie, relax. No stress, no stress, no stress. Do we have any clarifiers for this no answer? Let me get a confirmation myself. Okay, hold on. No, that's it. I don't think we're pulling any more cards for you guys. So it's a no. And what I'm hearing is, this is an amethyst up here. This is a time for healing. This is a time for slowing down. And, you know, I know that we have people from the northern and the southern hemisphere here. So, you know, for those of you who are in the southern hemisphere, it's a time for you to, you know, it's time to bring in the harvest, right? Like you're getting ready, you're in fall. But fall is a process time for settling down for winter, right? And so for those of us in the northern hemisphere, what I'm getting is that, I said this in pile number 1 as well, you know, it's not a light switch moment. It takes a minute to go from you know, one energy to another. So we don't just flip a switch from winter to spring. We need to take some time. Whenever you watch this, it's timeless. But if you're watching this in real time, we are at the end of March and we're at the end of the moon cycle, the end of the Pisces moon. The new moon in Aries isn't until April 1st, and today is the 27th of March. So we still have quite a few days. We're in the rest and restore period. So I'm hearing, they hear you, they see you, they know you're excited, but you don't have to overdo it all the time. And I'm getting this vibe that you're the kind of people that, like, maybe your kids, your family are in bed, or your partner's in bed, or your roommate's in bed, or whatever it is. And you're like, oh, I got some quiet time. I'm going to do this now. But you're really tired and you're trying to force it. I tried doing something like that lately. And then I realized, you know what? Do something to do with that. That's maybe, you know, like for myself, I wanted to record something that I've been working on. I really, really wanted to do it, you know, on this particular day, and my partner is out of town for work, and I was like, oh, this is when I want to do it. But then when I got finished doing all the other things that I was pulled to do from Spirit, I just didn't have the energy. But you know what I did? I still worked on it. And it's something I've been writing, and then I ended up actually tweaking it. I ended up writing even more to it. It's even better than when I started. And then I put it to the side because I'm like, not yet, not time. So Spirit's saying it's okay to fantasize about it, think about it, or write notes, or take, you know, but you don't have to go full on action right away. And that's where I think sometimes astrology is good, and sometimes it can be a little confusing and almost defeating. Like for myself, I got wound up that I was like, you know, I had read in, you know, the astrology that like March 25th was really amazing energy for Scorpios and Sag, and I'm a triple Sag, my moon's in Scorpio. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it on this day. But I was too tired, and I kept trying and trying. And the more I tried, the more I didn't want to do it. And then I was like, no, this is something I love to do. This is my passion. This is my magic, right? So your magic is always there. You don't have to push it hard every single day, right? Work with quartz crystal. This is the only crystal that really wanted to come in. So work with quartz crystal. It's an amplifier, but it'll help you when you are ready to take on those challenges. And it can also help you, you know, amp it up. I've got the amethyst in here. So, oh, that was the only one. I'm sorry, amethyst for you guys. So amethyst and quartz crystal. If you don't have them and you have the means to get them, I highly recommend that you do. If you don't, you can still channel the quartz crystal energy and the amethyst energy and ask them for amplified healing in all areas of your life. You know, you don't have to be a Reiki to call in the Reiki energy and heal yourself. You don't have to, you know, people don't realize we have access to universal magic and universal healing all the time. We just have to ask for it. So those are your messages. Let me just make sure there's nothing else coming out of the deck. Do we have anything else, Spirit? I just want to make sure. I'm going to check my pendulum. Are there any more messages? I don't feel like I'm hearing anything. Nope, that's it. Take a break. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. I'm hearing just take a break. Breathe, relax, eat your favorite foods. If you can, try and switch them up, right? If you're somebody who used to love Velveeta, maybe you can find like a really good cheese substitute from like a local person. You know what I mean? Something like that, where I'm a vegan myself, but you know, that kind of thing. If you want to have chips, just try and have organic, or, you know, like know who's making them, know what's in your food, because they don't want you to rest and relax, but then deplete that part of your energy. You know, you can still have your fun foods without going over and above, right? Okay, those are your messages. I love you so much. All of my information is in the description box below, and I will see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Oh, bye-bye. Welcome, pile number 3. So, Spirit, pile number 3. Let's connect with this. Ooh, I feel fairy energy right away. Hi, fairies. Hi, sweet fairies. I love you. I'm fairy energy too. Okay, fairy energy, fairy energy, fairy energy. Oh, yes. Look at this. Dragons, slay them all. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that. Yes, your answer, if you were asked, your question is yes. Your answer to your question is a yes. Dragons, slay them all. And I heard, go get them. Go get them, tiger. You got this. Number 6. I'm also hearing 6 is your number right now. So look up angel number 6. Also, just look up angel, or look up 6 number meaning. Oh, no. Hold on. I had a little spider friend in here. and I'm really hoping I didn't hurt them. They're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, okay, good, because I just realized they were close to the fire. Okay. I put this up in one of the piles. I shit you not, a little spider built a web between here and there, and just, it was so cool. Anyway, so if you're drawn to any other piles, I would highly suggest you go look at them. But dragons, I mean, dragon is your spirit animal. And if you're inclined to look up spider spirit animal as well. But dragon is your spirit animal. And, you know, this is them. This isn't about slaying the dragons. If anything, this is you going here and the dragons, like you're like, if you watch Game of Thrones, Shirley's Throne. If you watch Game of Thrones, this is Khaleesi. Like, think of her as Khaleesi. This is a divine feminine energy, and those are her dragons. I know Khaleesi had 3, but this badass has 4. And not only that, but she's doing it missing one part of her leg, like the old, beautiful pirate warrior captain she is. I'm feeling a lot of pirate energy because, like, I've seen this card so many times and I've never, ever, 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 ever thought of her as a pirate. You know what I mean? Never. But I'm getting pirate energy from some of you guys. Like, you're badass. You're badass motherfuckers. And Spirit's saying, you are ready. You are more than ready. You've been ready for a long time. Step out of your comfort zone. This is the time to step out of your comfort zone. This is a big, fat, hooray, yes, like glitter in the air. Yes, yes, yes. Emphatic yes, Spirit says. And literally, Spirit is saying it's an emphatic yes. Daytime, nighttime. Like, I was trying to cover that up and they're like, no. And they're saying, like, the moon energy really works for you guys. That's probably why you're on this channel. You know, if you've been with me for a while, you know, this channel used to be Lula's Labyrinth. And then at the end of 2021, Spirit called me to work more intensely with the moon cycles and do readings on the moon cycles. And at first I just thought it was like, oh, cool, you know, whatever, because Braca Goldsmith said something like that in January after I had already been pulled to do that. And I was just like, wow, like, that, you know, I look up to her. So to me, I was like, okay, cool, I'm on the right path, right? But it was more than that. Oh, I'm hearing they want to go a little bit dark. It was more than that. There was, look at the quartz crystal, the way it's glowing right now. Oh my gosh. So definitely quartz crystal is talking to you. Amethyst is in the background. So work with that. Quartz is a great amplifier. But I feel like for you guys, the moon cycles, you're starting to get to it too. I mean, who knows? Spirit may have me switch at any time on this channel. I may stop this channel tomorrow. Who knows? But I'm hearing for you guys, the moon cycles are really important too. Do we have any more clarifiers? And this could be anything they're saying that you're going after. Anything that you're going after. Also, swords are about communication. It's about cutting through the bullshit, right? They're also air signs in the zodiac. So we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are air signs. So this could be you, or this could be somebody that you're trying to slay. And it's not that you're trying to slay them in like a jerky way. It just, you know, maybe it's just time for you to speak your truth. So we got a yes. Can we have some clarifiers for some of the other tribe members as well? Mural. Be your own first priority. Yes. Be your own first priority. See how they're doing their art. They're hanging out with their cat. But in the background, you know, the castle's on fire. And it's interesting that you have 2 castles here. I mean, coincidence? I don't think so. Number 25. And also, the number 25 is the number 7. So the fact that it's 6, 7 is like you're on your way there. But don't let somebody else's fire distract you. Because this is your mission, right? This is your mission over here. And over here is X, Y, and Z, right? Because this is, you know, this is a blanket reading. I love these. I hope Spirit has me do more of these, yes or no, because I think it's good. Sometimes we just need a clarifier. Sometimes I can read for myself a gazillion times and I still am like, because we're fighting what we want as opposed to what we need or what our purpose is. And that's really, really tough sometimes. So Spirit's saying, stay in your light. See how the light's on the girl? I was about to move the card and they said, no, no, no. So, or this person. So this could be anybody. This doesn't have to be feminine or masculine. But the light, this is you. And if you have people that you're always running to put their fire out, or they depend on you to come and put their fire out, Spirit's saying, no, that is not your job. That's not what you're meant to do, right? You are meant to do your stuff. Now, when you're ready, this will happen, right? when you want to go and help people and save people, but only when it's on your timing, not on someone else's. I cannot tell you how many years I put other people's needs before my own. I went through phases where I put people's needs before my own. Then I got really selfish and I was like, no. And somewhere over the years, I have found the balance to know when to run and help people put out their fires and when to let people put out the fires on their own. So it's time for you to, take care of you. Do what you want to do. Don't let, not getting any more cards, so that's it from Spirit. Don't let anybody else sidetrack you on this mission. You're here to do something very, very, very real and very serious, right? So, and look at that quartz crystal. Look at that. Do you see how that, they're like, when I move it, yeah? Do you see how the quartz is, right? See, that magic is in there because that's where your magic is. You can't give your magic to other people. You need to go, I feel like it's almost like you're a superhero, And yes, you go and save people, but if you notice, like, well, I guess in the TV shows, they have friends and family and things like that, and that's wonderful. And that is wonderful to have that support system. But at the same time, if you notice, all the people around them know, like, we watch The Flash sometimes. It's like sometimes, Barry's got to leave the, barbecue because he's got to go save somebody. That's the way it is. And if you're with people who don't understand that you have a job here to do, and you're not there to constantly put out their fires or, build their mural. It's like you're here to fight you're here to fight a much, much bigger, war than that. Does that make sense? Okay. I hope that helped you guys in any way. I love you so much. All of my information is in the description box below, and I'll see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Oh. Welcome, pile number 4. You were the only pile that got an angel number 3130, which is also the number 7. So I don't know if that number means anything to you guys. So pile number 4, Spirit. Do we have a yes or, well, we have a yes or no, excuse me. Can we get a yes or no to pile number 4's question? And if you haven't, I'm hearing from Spirit before we even start, get really detailed about your question. I'm hearing for some of you, it's a little wishy-washy, so the answer may come out. This is the first pile that's come out this way too. So just be very, very mindful right now of how you're wording your question, even if that means that you have to pause this video and think about it, because, sometimes it's like, I want a new house. And Spirit's like, okay. Am I going to get a new house? It's like, yes, no, you know what I mean? But it's like, what do you specifically want? You need to get very, 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 very detailed in your mind and very precise. If it's a person, if it's a place, it's a thing, you know what I mean? And be very precise. That's all I'm hearing. Okay. So what is the answer? Yes or no? 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 Yes or no, Spirit? Oh, let them go. Let them go. Maybe this is why it didn't, I have to be honest with you, it didn't feel like a yes or no question. This felt like an answer. And there you go. Number 18, which is also the number 9. So we've got 7, 9, and 18, if those numbers mean anything to you guys. And I see that. I mean, it's right, because any kind of ending is sad. But look at that tree on fire. Look at how passive she is. The tree is on fire, and she's not doing anything. She's not going to get water. She's not trying to save it. She's not trying to help it. She's just letting it go. Maybe it got hit by lightning, but we don't know that tree, that it wasn't its time. And that fire is meant to happen. I remember one time when I live by the Olympic rainforest, and it's one of my favorite places in the world that I've been to so far. And I was so sick to my stomach when I heard we lost 1,300 acres or something, or maybe it was more than that. Anyway, I was devastated. I'm like, no. I'm like, our precious rainforest. I'm like, why? And the craziest thing was the fire was underneath the ground. They'd never seen anything like it. Or I guess they'd seen it before, but not like that, the way it was happening. It was like the trees were just lighting from the inside out, and they were watching it, like these trees catch fire from the inside, and it was insane. But you have to remember, there's a cleansing that everything needs on this earth, even the trees, even, you know, of course we don't want our animals to die, our friends, our family to die. We don't want someone to leave us. We don't want to be alone. But sometimes we need to let something go. We need to let it burn so that it can come back and be what it was meant to be. Oh, look at that. Look at the little fairies. This almost looks like a little, do you see it almost looks like a little heart in here? And also I'm just feeling, because the picture was different in the other readings, but like this copper cauldron wanted to come in. So you might want to have some copper for protection. I'm just feeling like this real sad, really sad. Oh, look at that. And then that wanted to come in. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot. So I don't know if any of this means anything to you. The crystal ball even. I felt like a crystal ball wanted to come in today. So I'm going to bring it in for you guys because I feel like it wants to be here. I just don't know where. Hold on. So I was trying to situate this better for you. And my eyes drew to this past life deck that I have right here. So what I hear from Spirit is it's a past life connection. And do you see the way that the glitter is dancing? Like Spirit's talking to you. Sometimes it feels like, oh, how can I not be meant to be with this person? Like, you don't understand. Like, I mean, I used to say that about my ex. Like, you don't even know. Like, I would say to people, I'm like, you don't understand. I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand. And they didn't understand. And I didn't even understand. It took me a long time to really, 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 really understand how precious this person was, how I called them in because I needed their love. I needed their healing. But we just were not meant to move forward together in this lifetime. And this could be friends, family. This could be a lover. This could be an animal. You know, it's different for all of you guys, but definitely I'm not feeling a yes or no so much as that whatever this situation is that you asked about, even if none of the rest of this resonated, it's time to let it go. And Spirit, can we get any more clarifiers? Oh, this one like jumped into my hand. Okay, spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. Oh my gosh. So if this is a yes or no, should I be a singer? Should I be a musician? Is music in my blood, or is music my calling? Let me just get a clarifier. Let me ask Spirit. Let me just, hold on. Let me get in here because I'm feeling this. I almost feel like this wants to go on top of here. Number 43, which is also the number 7. Yeah, look at that. It's like it wanted to be there. All right. Oh, look at all the sparklies there. Okay, Spirit, let me make sure because I'm hearing a few different questions from you guys. Yes, go after it professionally. Because I was hearing no, but it didn't feel like a no from Spirit. It felt like a no from you. And it's your ego. It's your ego telling you that you can't do it. It's some past life fear, whether it's in this life, past life, or an actual past life. Like, you know, maybe you were a musician or an artist and you were hurt, or like, I'm also feeling like definitely scryers, that you guys are scryers. I'm feeling scryers from this group. Like maybe you're meant to be, you know, like a singing scryer, you know, or, you know, the fact that the mermaids are in, you know, mermaids, they call them sirens, right? So like the mermaids sing, and if like, you know, the mermaids would sing to the sailors and like bring them to their death kind of thing. So that's what I feel like you guys, not that you're going to bring people to their death, no. But that you're like this beautiful warrior princess here, right? Like you are a leader, and you know, swords are all about communication and speaking your truth. And so I'm hearing, yes, sing. And you don't have to sing like anybody else. If you've noticed, one of my favorite things that I like to do is watch auditions, especially for American Idol, because I feel like in all of the years that American Idol has been on, I personally feel like the one that is now is the dream team. I understand when it started, Simon and all that, like we had to go through all the 7 stages of death with all that, right? But like now we've got Lionel Richie. He's so sweet and so talented. Katy Perry, like she's even grown up a lot on the show because she's become a mom, you know, and Luke Bryan. And it's like they're just so gentle. I'm watching them when they're like, we hear what you're doing. You've got talent, you know, but it's a no for now. Like you need a little more work, you know? And then sometimes they'll be like, wow, you've never sung in front of anyone before. They're like, no. And they're like, holy crap. Like you just became a star. Like, do you even know how talented you are? And that's what I'm feeling from you guys, as Spirit is saying, you don't even know how talented and gifted you are. Like you see that, I knew there was a star coming through. See that star? And it doesn't matter what you look like, how old you are, right? You have something to say. And we've seen this now in all these talent shows. So don't be afraid to be yourself. This is calling out, and this may not even be just for music. Maybe you're a songwriter. Maybe you just love music as you paint, as you sew, as you know, create. But I'm just hearing like, you know, big yes on the artistry, the yes on the, so that's why I feel like this was like an interesting one, because the first question felt like, I don't know if it was a yes or no, right? Because it's going to be different for all of you guys, but this one is definitely a yes, to go after your creativity. And even look at the, when we go in a little bit closer, look at the rocket, right? Like you're rocketing to the stars, and it's written in the stars for you to be this. Just so you know, Spirit saying it's written in the stars. So you're not crazy. You're not like, you know, am I this sparkly and awesome? Yeah, you are. See how they're having me moving around just to show you the sparkly. I know it's a little, sorry, I don't mean to get you motion sickness, but that's just how special you are. You have something to give in some creative field. And you know, and whether you're a light worker or not, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, this is also what you're meant to do. Oh, yay. Oh, this came up in one of the other piles. So if you're drawn to another pile, I highly recommend you go look. Dragons, slay them all, baby. Slay them all. Yes. Because once you let go of whatever that was at the beginning, and you'll know what it is, because it's, you know, X, Y, and Z, insert your situation there. But whatever it is you need to let go of and let it, you know, burn to the ground and let it rebirth. Once that happens, it's like you will be ready to get out there. And you know what? It's okay if you're a little broken, a little bruised. You know, it may feel like you're missing a part of you, but you know what? It won't. Once you get out there, once you start doing it, everything will fall into place. And look at those dragons. Those dragons are protecting you. And the other card, this card felt like Khaleesi, and I feel like that again. And didn't I say with this one, with the sword, you know, from the cover, it's the same thing. Also, that's air signs. So we're talking Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. That's you, or maybe someone who you're dealing with. You may have those in your chart, or they may have those in their chart. But slay them all. Slay them all. You've got it. And you've got your guardian angels protecting you. You know, I don't know what she does now, but I remember years ago I saw some interview, and Jewel, I love Jewel. I've been watching her a lot lately. She's like one of my favorite musicians. But Adele was talking about how she wouldn't even go on stage unless she, I don't remember what crystal it was, but she used to line her bra with crystals and hold them in her hands and stuff. So, you know what I mean? Like, if that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. You know, it's like a placebo effect. It's like, if you need to put something around you, you know, wear a hat or a scarf, or like, I know when I like to perform, I like to wear hats because it's like, it feels like me. Plus I feel like it keeps my crown chakra kind of like protected, you know, and people, you know, can see me, but like, it's still like part of me, you know. It's like, I don't know, maybe someday I will like to sing without hats, but right now that's what I like to do. So if that's like, maybe you need something like that. Maybe you're looking for like who you really are, and Spirit's saying, well, there's nothing you can't do or be. Look at how different all of the sirens are. I mean, even there, all 4 of them, we've got blonde hair, green hair, blue hair, reddish hair with blue on the ends. You know what I mean? It's or pink on the, it's like all these different beautiful, you can be anything you want to be. And all the trailblazers before us helped, you know, the Cyndi Laupers of the world, you know, helped us to be who we are, the Chers. Confidence, right? It comes with time and practice. Another sword. Also call on Archangel Michael. See how there's fire coming out of that? He's the archangel of protection, but he's also of the south of fire. So, and you may be a fire sign, or you're dealing with a fire sign. but it takes time and practice. It's going to take a minute for you to, you know, to get to that point, but you've got the mermaids looking out for you. Do we have any more clarifiers for pile number 4? Do we have any? Nope. That's it, you guys. I hope those messages helped you in any way. Also, when I looked down, it was 4414. So if that is calling to you, it's also the number 13. So powerful witches. It could be, and maybe it's the 13th is a powerful day for you. I believe it's in April. Let me check my calendar, but I want to say it's in April that there's a Friday the 13th. Oh, it's in May. So it could be maybe, because I don't know why, but I felt that right away, that it was Friday the 13th energy. So May 13th is going to be a very important time for you. But Mercury's going retrograde on the 10th that week. So keep that in mind as well. If you're, by the way, if you were drawn to this pile, if you're interested in joining our secret tribe, I just released, the spring forecast video. It was really awesome. So if you're interested in that, it's a donation of $5 or more, or a donation of a deck from my wish list on Amazon. All of my links are all over my page, my about section, in the description below. If you'd like to be a part of that, and if you'd like to see the spring forecast, reach out and I'll send it to you. Okay, you guys, until next time. Like I said, all of my information is in the description box below, and I will see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Aho. Oh my gosh, I almost said hello. Aho. Hello to your new life. Okay. And hello was from the fairies. The fairies wanted to say hello. Okay. They're so cute. I'll see you next time. Bye.